It didn't last long. Like me and Cornette lasted 12 days. And, well.
I still say that should be the Hanukkah of the bowling alley. Is the period of the 12 days that you and Cornette made up.
12
we
days.
should celebrate that every year.
Well, we might, because
we have a can of spite.
I don't think we're going to ever fix it again. I mean, we've tried twice, and if he's going to turn on me when my mother dies, when can I count on him? You know, if he can't be there for me with my mother still practically warm, as we as we wait to have her cremated, and he gets mad because his voice may or may not be played on Vince Russo's show. As I've told many girls all over the world, get over it. I tell them that for various different things, and most of them don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't know that phrase was kind of an American thing. I told my dear friend in Turkey once, I said, honey, get over it. What? And she wrote, get over it. What's that mean? I said, oh shit. Now I got to explain that. And the other thing, she wanted to know why I didn't write her or call her one night. And I said, honey, I was wiped out. Wiped? So she had no clue what wiped out meant. And then there was one night she was late getting back to me, and she said, honey, I'm sorry I'm late. I had to brush my tooth. I said, well, why didn't you brush them all? And she's, oh my God, you're so funny. Yes, when over here when we say we brush, we just say brush tooth. I said, well, over here they only say that in West Virginia. West Virginia, they just brush a tooth. Anywhere else, we brush our teeth. And hearing me with about half my teeth out of my head saying this. So I need to get some dentures, but God, I know so many people that have got some that sucked and never wear them and going, well, why do I want to drop a couple of grand on dentures if you don't like them and you ain't going to wear them? So, boy, I want the snap ends, but the cheapest I've been able to find the snap end dentures is like 35 grand. So if there's any dentist out there that like me that, because you're working everybody on the $35,000 price. You want to help the old star maker out and make me pretty again? I'll even wear red hats to make Kenny Bolin pretty again. I'll do what it takes. But I'd love to meet me a good dentist out there somewhere that, and I'll pay. I just don't want to pay $35,000 for teeth. So, I mean, I'll chug it along until then, but, well. Well, that's my greatest, what do you call it? My greatest attribute. I'll sit here and bury myself and beat you guys to it. So you can't get on me about my teeth. Somebody will, goddamn, you got the skin tags. Yeah, I got skin tags. Well, your eyes are never open. No, they never are. Well, you ain't got many of your teeth. Nope. Lost about half of them. What else you got? Does that make me a horrible person? So, and YouTubers are the worst. The YouTube fans, they want to just nitpick. If they don't like you and they want to fuck with you, they will nitpick on the stupidest shit. None of them have a face. None of them have a profile. It just got two initials and they want to fuck with you. And then stupid me gives it to them. I just bury their fucking ass to where their friends will laugh at them. But their friends don't know who they are because they don't have real profiles. My picture's on mine. I mean, if my ugly ass can post my picture, what's your problem? These red shirts that I just ordered. I ordered the Bolin Club red. And Oliver wouldn't wear them because he says it looks too much like Nazi colors. So I don't guess I'll be selling many of these in Germany. Stupid ass people. They banned one of the 6 primary colors. You can't wear black and red because it looks too much like Nazi shit. That happened in the 40s. And they banned basically a color. You get 2 colors that are together. You can't wear black and red. Oliver would not wear it. I offered to set him up with one. Oh no, I can't wear that in Germany. So, but he did take one of the hoodies of the black and white. He did buy 2 of those, and for him and a friend back in Germany. But no, not the black and red. He can't wear it. They will run me out of Germany. And he was born in Texas. And you remember the Wolfpack? The Wolfpack,
yeah,
red. In Germany they had to make their shirts blue. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
They had to make their shirts a powder blue because red was not permitted. And that's where JBL got in big trouble for doing the whatever you call it when you hold your hand up in goose step.
Uh-huh.
Well, JBL did that during a match, and he got basically banned from there. I don't think he's still allowed in Germany. I could be wrong, but he got in big trouble for that. Cheap heat, as they call it.
Somebody is asking what you think of the new Andre the Giant documentary.
Oh man, I have cried 2 or 3 times. Tim White, I knew a little bit. Met him a few times back in the days when Cornette. Y'all just gonna have to deal with my coughing tonight, guys. It's just kind of snuck up on me. But when Tim White at the very end of the show started crying because he was not there when because Andre went back to France when his father died, and he was not in good health at all. He was on those crutches that attached to your arm. He was 46, which I did not know. I thought he was older than that. He was 46, and he looked about 66, if not older. And I think he had grown to like over 550 pounds or whatever. The thing is, guys, at one point about a year ago, I weighed more than Andre. I weighed 569, and I'm 6 foot tall, not 7'4". And even though people say that he was probably closer to 7'1", I met him and he shook my hand and his fingers went up to my elbow, and I don't think he was 7'4", but he was a legit 7'1" for sure. But the fact, and that was another thing, is like he dies at 46. He's 7'4", weighs 550 pounds. And here my fat ass is a foot and an inch shorter than he is. Outweigh him by 20 pounds. And at age 58, I'm still here. It almost did not seem fair. Because when you add those numbers up, I'm the one that should have been dead in my early 40s. And I felt so bad for Tim White. And then I was telling the story at Golden Corral last night and started crying at Golden Corral because it's just a very, very sad thing to know how much Tim White loved him, because Andre hated him when they first met. And they grew to be very dear friends. He almost became Andre's keeper. So if you have HBO or HBO on demand, or you get some bogus stolen stream or whatever, you got to watch that show. Footage I've never seen. Jerry Lawler co-host a lot of it. I see a lot of faces in there with all the footage from all the territories he worked. That was fun to see. He hated Macho Man Savage, and he hated John Studd. You know why he hated John Studd?
No, I have no idea about that.
They had a man. You remember Big John Studd, right?
Yeah.
They had a match, and of course, Andre's gimmick to put over how big he was is that he stepped over the top rope. Well, Big John Studd was like 7 feet tall, 390 pounds, and a big, intimidating goddamn man. And Andre wasn't much for going over matches. There was somebody that wrote down. Hogan. Hogan says he wrote down every bit of their big match they did. But Andre decided when he got in the ring what he was going to do. And whether he liked you or not, or whether he thought you were working him or not. So Big John Studd shows up and steps over the top rope. And Andre was pissed. He looked at the referee. He said, that's mine. You don't step over the top rope. So he went over there during the introductions, and he started punking out Studd. And I mean punking him out just before they even started. Everyone knew Andre was pissed. And he's just pushing him around like a little bitch. I mean, picture you and the Undertaker standing in the ring, and Taker decides he don't like you. In his prime. Imagine how that's going to go. well, that's how it went with Big John Studd. He just got bitched out. And Andre beat the fuck out of him. He was laying the shit in. He was working him, but he was hurting him. And Big John Studd got out, looked at Gorilla Monsoon, and said, "Nah, I'm done. I ain't working this son bitch." And he went back to the locker room and took the count out, because I think he was supposed to have Andre splashing, and he wasn't too thrilled to do that. So yeah, he quit the match. They claimed that wasn't called for, and I can imagine it. And he hated Savage with a passion. He said that Savage was always worried about how he was going to go over and how he was going to look. "Hey, brother, have you decided how we're going to end it tonight? What are we going to do, brother? How you going to make me look good, brother?" And all that shit. And Andre's like, "You know what? You fucking 220-pound fucking druggie. Shut the fuck up." You know, and he'd order people out of his locker room. He just didn't want them in there. And especially referees. He didn't think referees were on the level of wrestlers. So I'm killing a lot of the show. So I advise you to watch it if you haven't already. And like I said, I just so apologize for the coughing, but I don't have a mute button. Well, I probably do, but I'm not going to use it. So just deal with me.
Well,
Get over it, as I've told people.